I feel like the way they were done wasn't right.
On 44 News tonight, 44 News investigates. Just last year, we brought you this story of some Muhlenberg County students rallying in support of 2 teachers who were suspended from their high school. Officials said they used excessive force to break up a fight in the hallway, and one of those teachers was let go from their position.
But both are still dealing with the repercussions of the accusations. And our 44 News reporter Claire Dugan sat down with those junior ROTC instructors who say they were wronged by the Muhlenberg County School District.
It started as a sudden classroom fight, but ended with 2 respected JROTC instructors under investigation. Now, after student protests and unanswered questions, some say the district may have gone too far. The fight happened in May 2024 inside a JROTC classroom at Muhlenberg County High School. Retired First Sergeant Tim Peevler, who served 23 years in the U.S. Army, was overseeing the class when 2 teenage boys started fighting. Witnesses, including the district, say other students were in between the 2, and one girl was reportedly struck in the chaos. Sergeant Peevler stepped in. When things escalated, he says he had no choice but to restrain one student's arm.
He says, hey, I'm going to lift his legs. And I'm like, hey, look, he's going to lift your legs. If you don't stop fighting, you can't keep kicking and punching and throwing a fit. You got to calm down. You got to calm down.
And when we did, we removed him from his fighting base.
With help from Lieutenant Colonel Wagner, who lifted the student's legs, the instructors carried the boy into the hallway. He was placed on his feet and escorted calmly to the office.
For that young man, I know it was a bad day.
It was a bad day for him. I know that too.
And he felt really bad about what he did.
But what happened next sparked even more controversy. After reviewing security footage, Principal Ken Carver told the instructors, quote, "No one will care what happened inside the classroom, only what they see in the hallway." He also said on record, this is not the Army, and suggested that they might need to find other jobs if they couldn't adjust to civilian life. Comments both instructors found offensive.
Absolutely feel like we were discriminated against and treated different.
The case was escalated to Superintendent Contessa Orr. In a recorded meeting, she referenced a district policy which allows physical restraint in emergency situations.
You exercised poor judgment in the manner in which you and Mr. Peevler carried the student out of his classroom into the hallway.
Despite acknowledging the policy that supports emergency restraint, Orr said the incident should have been contained inside the classroom with less force to avoid embarrassment.
I'm just trying to take care of the situation. I'm not going to complain. I'm a soldier.
Witnesses supported the instructors, but Peevler and Wagner say when they followed up, they were told their written statements hadn't even been read. The incident was also reported to the Kentucky Department of Education, a step typically reserved for cases involving death or major bodily harm. Both instructors were placed on paid leave. Lieutenant Colonel Wagner's contract was later not renewed. Students protested. Even the student who had been restrained met with the superintendent to defend them, but district officials declined to answer their questions. In the recorded meeting, Principal Carver told the students,
"There are things that I would love to share with you guys so that you could see the entire picture. And if you could, probably wouldn't have some of the questions that you have."
The JROTC program continues, but First Sergeant Peevler says it's not the same. And for Lieutenant Colonel Wagner, the consequences have followed him beyond the classroom.
Who's going to allow you to be a team leader, a project manager, an organizer when you have excessive use of force against a minor labeled on you?
Both say they're speaking out to clear their names and restore their honor. Well, we tried to speak with the superintendent, but they refused to talk in person and then refused to answer questions over email. Meanwhile, Principal Carver has moved to a different school district. He'll start the upcoming school year with Christian County Schools. That's just outside of Fort Campbell. Claire Dugan, 44 News.